as though if you are a girl living in Nassau or in the Bahamas in general, you have been harassed before. Unless you
don't go nowhere
and in a wheelchair, and I feel like
no, I'm gonna laugh with you. What's up, TheManeJess family? It's your girl Jess back once again with another video. Back here with my crop boxes.
Girl, don't start.
Y'all, she has been a hot commodity for y'all. Looking so dashing. Looking so gorgeous. You understand?
You just come on this video anyways.
So today we're gonna be talking about harassment. And we're actually having a mukbang. I think it's our food now. The camera picking up our food, yeah, picking it up. So we have some little fries, you know. Okay, show your plate.
Wings and strips with barbecue sauce. I salty now. She then start.
I don't know what you're talking about. All of this was prepared by Crawfish Pot. What a chef.
You get one more time, y'all.
What a chef. Today we're going to be talking about harassment, and I asked you guys on Instagram and Facebook today to send me like some of your little harassment stories, because I feel like a lot of times people just have stories about harassment but don't really talk about it. Before we start, I can tell you all what Google say harassment is. Harassment is aggressive, pressure, or intimidation. So the sentence they give, for example, is they face daily harassment and assault on the streets. I like that. So yeah, a few of you guys responded with your stories, and then we also got some offline, so it's like a little mix. You ever been harassed? Other than your little graphic story? I don't know, man, that's so funny.
Y'all, I can curse, Jessica. I can curse on.
You ever been harassed though?
Yeah, of course.
That you could remember the story?
I feel as though if you are a girl living in Nassau or in the Bahamas in general, you have been harassed before. You have. There's no way. Unless you
don't go nowhere.
And in a wheelchair. And I feel like
no, I'm not.
Just might be harassed. Getting harassed too. I know. But yeah. It's possible. Hey, Nassau in a real place. So anything is possible. All she would do was laugh, man. I don't know.
So by the way, all the stories, we know the people. Well, some of the people I don't know. But of course, we ain't gonna put nobody's name out there. So everything that y'all sent in is kept anonymous. So go on now. Okay,
so this one said, dramatic. Everyone know I's a dancehall queen. Barat. Was out one night loving myself with the girls. This guy kept coming behind me wanting to dance. So I pushed him off and said, no, pack it up, daddy. No, the little actress is me. It's my version of her story. She said, I continued dancing and he was so determined and kept trying to dance on me. At this point, I am super annoyed because now you won't get folded up like clothes. She said that part.
Wow.
After I dissed him, mostly for the third time with aggression, he got mad and decided to light a lighter and put it in my face.
What lighter? Like with this?
Like a lighter. He light the lighter and put it in her face. These niggas could kill.
He's gonna send you something.
Was he third degree burn or something? I then slapped him and grabbed a bottle and was about to burst him, but someone stopped me. We decided it was time to go. But after seeing him, he was smiling, so me and my friends run after him and fight him. The end. So this turned from harassment to violence.
Mortal Kombat, you mean?
Wow. I don't know how I feel with your story. Because at first he was wrong. But then, why you and your friend could fight him if he started smiling?
No, because I feel like she probably trying to say like, oh, but he thought it was a joke.
Joke, like,
yeah. You got two sides and you think like,
you clown me.
Yeah. Can't strategy, babe.
It's one thing you can't do.
I mean, that is harassment, but like, I feel like she's still getting back.
We are still getting back, because her and her friends ran after him and fight him.
I fight him too.
Yeah.
I think
Sometimes
all
people that
girls...
lighter in my face asking for
Yeah, real. No, the fire thing ain't no joke. Because was that supposed to be a threat or something?
Can your family members harass you?
Yeah, you get a rock from them.
No, but I have like a little fire story. One time, my brother was doing something that he wasn't supposed to do. And he was, you know, and I was like, you know me. Back then, my mug was my problem. Even though it's slow now, but back then,
So back then.
So I was like, I can tell my Grammy, you know you were supposed to be doing that. And he just like, pull it like he, and then he take it and he out the, whatever he was smoking in my face. And I burst out crying. I went from a G to a punk real quick. All because I tell him I can tell my Grammy. Like, what? I just told my Grammy.
So this girl, hey girl, she was like, this old man I used to work with would try to get my number.
Oh Lord.
That's
the old man for me.
Yeah. This old man I used to work with used to try to get my number. I kept telling him no, but every day it was some other excuse why he thought I needed to give it to him. Keep in mind, this man legitimately could have been my grandfather. So he had to at least be like in his 60s.
He would get cussed. Oh my God.
Plus, I was a minor at the time. Pops. Then after a while, he gave up and stopped communicating with me completely. Funny thing is, he just got arrested a little while ago for child endangerment.
Damn funny, Jessica.
That's good. What you mean? Too fast. You said no, but you see how things just work out like in a roundabout way? Like she keep telling him no, and he stopped. Probably move on to the next child.
Mm-hmm.
And then child endangerment is when you don't take care of your children or when you deal with other children.
Child endangerment occurs whenever a parent, guardian, or other adult caregiver allows a child to be placed or remain in a dangerous, unhealthy, or inappropriate environment.
So it's more like child neglect.
Mm-hmm.
So this probably his child, right? That was endangered. He have time to be cutting up with other people's children and trying to like little girls instead of taking care of his own child.
He probably used to fool around his own child too.
This one says, saying something in public. When I was a single mom at a new teaching job, the principal literally put his hand on my knee while sitting next to me in a meeting. So single mom, she's a new teacher, and the principal was feeling up.
He put a hand on his knee. His hand on her knee.
That's feeling up.
I ain't feeling up.
That's...
Just give him a little torch.
That's feeling up. That's Ryan. Come on now.
It's inappropriate, yeah.
Why you touching on the first place and in all places? Why you hand on her knee? A few days later, as we were talking in the main office, I said in a pretty loud voice, I think we would work better together if you did not touch me. It felt great, and that was the end of it. See, this sounds all nice and good, right? But if you do this to him, if you try to get loud to like shame him, I feel like he would talk to her so bad.
Oh my God.
He'd do it in for free.
All the things he's the behemoth niggas had tell me.
Literally not.
Anyways.
I think it just depends on your society, your context, because this probably is in a professional setting, so she could do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
She could tell him off or whatever and get away with it in a way. But I feel like if she was over here, it's actually like it was some random Jill. Girl, especially if your boss owned the place or whatever.
Probably get fired.
She wouldn't even have a job. So this one says, saying something in private.
Saying something in private?
Yeah. I was groped. What does it mean to be groped?
Search blindly or uncertainly by feeling with the hands.
Okay. That must mean he was touching on her.
Basically.
Under a table at an academic conference. So I was groped under the table at an academic conference. He had already given me unwanted sexual attention for a few years. He used to come. I told the president of the association, who said, you wouldn't believe how many women he's run off over the years. I emailed the harasser and said, if you ever do that to me or any other woman, I won't hesitate to call the police. He never came to another conference.
Call the police.
First of all, what I find interesting about this is she said he was giving her unwanted sexual attention for a few years. My thing is, right?
A few years, no longer this.
And that's probably why he felt like
he could have done it.
And see, that's the fine line with these kind of things. Because my thing is, right, certain things you have to nip in the bud from the jump. Not to say you have right to continue doing it, but if you don't nip it in the bud, then you can think it's okay to do it. And if you don't feel comfortable enough to do it, then let somebody else do it. You know, like I'm telling you, somebody.
Could you know? Don't come tell me. After you come tell me.
Oh Lord, my thing is, if you know you can set somebody straight, tell somebody who you feel would be able to like check with. Like I honestly, y'all, if I feel like I was to get sexually assaulted, I'll tell one of my siblings because I know any of them. The ride never stop. I ain't gotta do no budget talking.
Never stop.
I ain't gotta come. All I gotta point out and say this is the person and go by business and not then deal with.
Military style.
So even if it don't be a sibling, talk to somebody who could,
defend you.
Defend you. You don't have to defend yourself if you feel like you can't do it.
Don't be telling nobody who just gonna be like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry, but no, don't go to them type of people because justice didn't mean served.
Yeah. This one says responding physically. I like it like this. Physical response.
That's my type of thing.
So when I was 21 and working in a restaurant, my male boss kept tickling me.
What? What?
What do you mean? Totally. This money.
Tickling you where?
This is what I want to know.
Like under your arm, in your neck.
But that's so weird though. Anyway, when I was 21 and working in a restaurant, my male boss kept tickling me. Mm-hmm. I told him to stop. He thought that it was funny. I said, I will punch.
She's my type of guy.
Okay? I said, I will punch you if you do that again. He took that as a joke and tickled me again. I'll drink that because you.
Yeah, hold on. I just say, let me stop. Just don't laugh. Because this is serious.
Girl.
Ain't no boss can be tickling me.
Okay?
Stop. Touch me again. You bad? Anyways, tell you something.
So she said, he took that as a joke and tickled me again. And I punched him as hard as I could on his shoulder. My dad had taught us all his daughters how to box and defend themselves.
Very good.
He said, so she said, I said, I warned you. He never bothered me again. And see, that's the thing. I feel like however you nip it in the bud, just nip it. Because once you nip it,
it ain't gonna go back.
It can't come back. Period.
Who?
You would punch him?
What? I was gonna punch him in the shoulder though. He can get that straight in his neck.
You know what she said? I punched him in the shoulder. I was like,
I spotted a vendor around the school campus where I worked. He said to me, I will call you pretty, but that would be inappropriate. I had no idea what to say. I probably could have said, then why did you say it? But in the moment, I was so stunned, uncomfortable, and taken back. He later made other ambiguous comments and made me uncomfortable until I reported him to my boss, who was a woman, and he was let go immediately. If my boss had been a man, I don't know that I would have told him. What? I don't know that I would have told him because I wouldn't have expected a man to take me seriously.
Real. You know what she trying to say?
A man would just...
I just said like if her boss is a man, he probably say like, oh well, he ain't mean it like that or like try almost like sugarcoat it.
Then the boss would get cussed too.
And then she probably would never job. What she probably trying to say is women don't really have equality when it comes to like sexual harassment and stuff at work.
Do you think men get sexually harassed or they're probably like that?
See, that's the thing. I just saw this thing on Facebook talking about pedophilia and how a lot of women is pedophiles, but they aren't seen as pedophiles because girl, like you stop because then when I started you could get mad. I mean, a lot of women are actually pedophiles. So you know, like a 25-year-old or 24-year-old dating like a 17, 18-year-old person. You know what I mean? But like 30-year-old woman dating a 17-year-old boy, having sex with him. That's a pedophile, but then
that's because he's still a minor.
Yeah, most definitely. But to me, even like them 60-year-old women who be liking them little 19-year-old boys, 18-year-old boys, like to me that's a pedophile. But because men think that being able to have sex with older women is an accomplishment, they don't view women as pedophiles like they view men. So I feel like it's the same principle with this. Like, because men feel like other men should, because men feel like men should be able to talk to women and, you know, like give them lines and touch them and things like that. But some men feel that way. He wouldn't take her seriously as a boss.
He may think it's okay because he probably be doing it too.
He probably be doing the same thing. Very disgusting, very stink. Hated it. Okay, so what if there was no HR? So human resources, right? I've been working at a marketing company for 2 years. My boss, the marketing director, has come in to my office at least 5 times and touched. Huh?
And what? Bring it back.
I have been working in marketing for 2 years. My boss, the marketing director, has come into my office at least 5 times and touched his penis through his pants. At first, I thought he was scratching himself. Okay. But I have noticed that when we are in meetings with other men, he does not do it. It is very deliberate, and he always gets in a position in which I could see him doing it. This company has no HR department. In the past, when an intern filed a case against my boss for racist comments, the intern was paid off and fired. I do not know what to do. I actually like my job and what I do. Would you consider that harassment?
It is.
I mean, if she feels pressured or intimidated by what he's doing, that's harassment. So
It is, especially if he's deliberately doing it where she can see it, and then he does it only when it's her. Because when he's with other men or other workers, he don't do it. So
it's intentional.
It's intentional. It's harassment. What would I do in that situation? Avoid him. I'd avoid him.
What if you can't avoid him?
Like close my eye. I'll be in my phone. He could be in front of me and I'm in my phone. Trying to talk to me.
Or you just go in your computer and do your work?
Yeah, I'll just find something else to do. Or like if he was like sitting directly in front of me and talking and I see him do it, what would I do then? I'd be like, are you okay? Is something wrong? Do you need some cream? do you have an itch or a burn? Weird sensation going on? You need some help?
Should I call a doctor? Do
Yeah.
you need some help?
I'll make it very weird.
Make him like the other one was saying. I would make it loud. Like I'd be like, oh my god, are you okay? Do you need me to call a doctor? Are you allergic?
But do you need some Dr. Bronner's peppermint? That'll do it.
Girl is trying to make it feel so stink.
At the dinner following the interview for my current job, a member of the search committee had put his hand on my leg under the dinner table. He cultivated a habit of hugging me hello and hanging on a little bit too long. Then one day, his hand brushed my bottom accidentally after a hug. I depended on this person to advance in my position. This is my dream job. His behavior is subtle and can be explained away. I couldn't prove anything to anyone. Eventually, I told him about the existence of an anonymously. This ever happened to y'all? Get tongue twisted. I don't know what wrong with me. Anonymously, authored list of men who harassed women in my field, and as a passive-aggressive bid to get him to back off. That has helped. No awkward hugs since then, but he is extremely popular, and I can't avoid him. Should I have done more?
I mean, if the little passive hints about the harassment, I guess statistics or whatever, was enough to get him off your back, would you have done more or you just leave it?
Just leave it because he know my back anymore.
But then but maybe she feel like she didn't get, that's probably why she asked him if she did enough. Because maybe she feel like she didn't get justice. They just said like, he didn't feel up.
He only brushed his hand across her head.
Only
Just give us.
Brianne.
I mean, if I was sorry, just let it dead. I already tell him and he had already stopped. Just let it dead. Or like in the moment, if he had touched my hip in that moment, I'll hit his hand and be like, What's going on? No?
Personally, for me, I feel it just depends on the girl. So, people like me, I don't know, just me. As a person, if I don't get justice for something that happened to me, I can always be mad about it. That's just me. Like I cannot be okay until there's a resolve. And my resolve ain't just him stopping. My resolve is him addressing the fact that he touched me inappropriately and that he can't be doing that to people, especially not this. So I feel like it just depends on her. Like she said, she should do more. If she felt comfortable with the fact that he just got up off her back, then don't press it. If you like me, who need him to? If you need to spell it out and get your little justice, do you do?
I'll let it dead. As long as he stop now. If he do it again, get in my mouth.
Whatever it is, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
So that's one thing. The idea in the service industry that you must always please the customer is such a harmful one. Ooh.
Just a masseuse rabbit.
I don't know. Probably like, I don't know, let's see. Please the customer being like you can't be rude to them even if they do something to make you mad. Like you always have to the customer always
I thought you meant like a different type of please the customer.
Oh no.
That's why I say if it's a masseuse because you know there's two happy endings.
What happy endings?
Yeah, you know that. Continue.
The idea in the service industry that you must always please the customer is such a harmful one. At 16, I was working at a frozen yogurt store. My co-worker had stepped out. An older and bigger man walked in for several minutes, laid over the counter, making comments about my body and comparing it to his ex-girlfriends. You come all the way out of this yogurt shop to compare somebody else's body to your ex one? That's the first level of sadness.
This first comment slide, the second, third, fourth.
Anyway, I kept smiling and trying to bring him back to talking about frozen yogurt, which he's supposed to be the doctor. I felt like it was my job to be nice to him. Currently, not your job to be nice to nobody who's sexualizing you. Sorry. He tried to walk behind the counter. It would have been on and popping. When we started walking, it would have been on and popping in there. Where are you going? Who the hell you going in the back here? Fast and very forward.
He'd have get burst to that frozen yogurt. I'm telling you that. He would have been the frozen yogurt.
I had my finger on the panic button, but my co-worker walked back in and the man left. I wish that all service industry jobs told employees that threatening customers should be rebuked and refuse service. It should.
It should. It should.
To me, you always please the polite customer. Please and polite have to go together because I can't give you what you want if you doing the most. No. Where he was going in the back there. And if he didn't come, if the co-worker didn't come back, what was going to happen?
He would have been frozen yogurt. They would have found him in the frozen yogurt machine.
What if I get fired for reporting? So I worked for a well-known pipeline company, and I witnessed I witnessed a supervisor referring to a subordinate named Tatiana as Tata, right?
He's referring.
Her name is Tatiana, and he keep calling her Tata,
okay.
like grass. He continued to do so after she reminded him of her correct name. I reported the incident to HR and I was fired 2 weeks later. I ain't happy with it.
I ain't happy, right? Says you should have just let him call you Tata.
Honestly. No, but what's crazy is this person.
That sucks. How could you report harassment and still get fired?
No, but she ain't reported. Somebody else reported on her behalf.
On her behalf. And who got fired?
Him.
The guy? The Tata caller?
No.
The person who reported.
I mean, it ain't funny. It really ain't right. It really
you in my business. Don't mean
they say you try to get up in the business. This has nothing to do with you. And that's sad though.
Wow,
that's really sad.
That's really sad.
And get fired. And she's still like getting called Tata.
Oh.
So let me tell you my recent harassment story.
This should be good because I know for this one.
Yes, you do.
I do? Okay, tell it.
So, me and Mom over here going to the park, right? And just how she laughing now, it's how she laughing that's getting around. She didn't even try to defend me.
Tell your story, mom. Tell your story.
So we going to the park. We supposed to be. I trying to take pictures for Instagram, right? Trying to get my content up for you all. In the distance, right? We like going on this pond bridge type ride, and the whole park like up the sidewalks, right? Mm-hmm. So I had this, hey, hello. Hello. Who's talking about? Talking to you, hey.
You look back. You say you must be meaning you. So
he said, hey, you say black boy, you do? Oh, that's what say really and something out of last week, girl. Okay. So he calling me. I never saw this man's face, but I heard him in the distance, and I could see a person walk past like behind us. Let's go. Y'all wouldn't believe. We walked down, and this man still follow us. So now he come talking to Brian. I'm not taking my pictures. I get annoyed. I trying to keep an eye on Chase because Chase on the playground. This man talking to Brian, so you'd end up knowing him, but he didn't remember you. And I think because I grew up in Abaco, a lot of our more distant families don't know me, so they'll talk to like one of my cousins. And then come to me like, oh, well, yes, it's my cousin. So then we talk to the next one. I'm your cousin too, leave me alone. Like, that makes me so mad. So this baby walk up to me after he then talked to Brianne and grab my hand, right?
Tell your story. Tell your story.
So when he grabbed me, y'all, I like people touch me. So the whole time he was talking, I was fine. But the minute he touched me, that really made me mad. So I yucked my hand and I was like, you could talk to me, but don't touch me. This boy could say, but your hands off, right? What you do was to just say. I laughing now, but at the time I was so mad. And I want y'all to know the whole time this man up in my face. Brianna is standing on the side of me, doing the same thing.
Alright, I can defend myself now?
Defend yourself, Sarah.
Okay, in my defense, right, we heard this guy calling out or whatever, behemoth niggas is do. We walked off. So since he approached us and I look at him, I was like, I already know this nigga is, so I give him daps. I can say who he was?
No, hold on.
Okay. He's a cousin of one of our cousins. Mm-hmm. And I know him like real good. We went to the same church together or whatever. So he started to like try to talk. I was like, how could you try to talk to us or whatever? We's family, you was so-and-so grandson or whatever, we's family or whatever. So he's like, oh man, cause I didn't know that, la la la. I still can't marry you. I said, how could you marry if he's family?
These man are good to end the earth.
He started talking to Jessica. Jessica, since he was calling, Jessica was just annoyed. The whole day she just was annoyed. So he just came and put the icing on the cake for her. We couldn't find the lighting, mosquito, sandflies was biting, so she just was mad. And when he came up to her, whatever, he started talking or whatever, she just answered him short, like, annoyed. She's like, Brianna, let's go. So he stopped and like, hold her hand. And she was like, you don't get to touch me over there. He's like, oh yeah, and so all you do is watch this. She say, and listen to me. I like jokes. You know, one thing I can do, I can laugh. So I laugh. I started laughing, and she did look at me like, you can laugh? I say, well, you laugh now, man. Call me crawfish back, right? You all see how life is?
I most certainly did.
The world is a cycle.
Yeah,
remember
that? Didn't touch you though.
I don't care. He still insulted me, and yours was an insult.
What was it?
It was I wouldn't say a compliment, but I mean it was a compliment. He said your hands off.
But still, you watch this man grab my hand. You didn't even say, "Hey, don't touch her."
Because I know him.
So that means that he can touch me. He don't know me, so he touch me.
But you defended yourself. You told him not to touch you, so I didn't have to tell him not to touch you too.
Anyway, anytime, nobody can touch me. My thing is, right?
I don't want to go around. That's
what made me so. Listen to me. I think I have equal parts of you with Brittany. So I feel like with certain stuff, I like her twin sister, and with certain stuff, I like her. But when people touching me, I like Brittany, and I go on to the extreme. Like all in my head, I was like, Brianne, this man touched me, you laughing? Corona's going around, and he ain't touched like my shirt. This man grabbed all my hand, and I didn't have no sanitizer in the car, and I had other places to go. So I had to walk around with this man, filth on my hand, and you laughed.
What?
You laughed at me.
I grinned.
Girl, that made me so mad. I hate when people say,
Well, you shouldn't laugh at me.
You want to make me mad? Just touch me.
Yeah, Brittany is scared.
Why would you do that?
I ain't telling you to hit on like I tell him touch you.
Why would he put his hand on me like that? That's very inappropriate.
You might have to go back and ask him.
No, girl, because if he touch me again, I might have a stroke. Better damn and lay it down. Hey, y'all, so that's our
harassment story. I don't think I have a harassment story to share, guys. Shut up.
Alright, so that's all we have for today. Thank y'all so much for sharing your stories.
If you have been harassed, defend yourself. If you can't defend yourself, leave the situation. You can't leave the situation, defend yourself.
It really comes back to that, yeah.
You know, or tell somebody who can defend you.
And I want to say too, you see when you said it, you wouldn't know. You just brush on the hair. Some people feel that way, and that's fine because that means it didn't really hurt you. But don't never let nobody make you feel like if you feel violated or you feel like you have been harassed, because the term harassed really is subjective. It's whether or not a person feels pressured or intimidated. So only you can know whether or not you feel harassed.
Yeah.
I don't care if he grazed your shoulder. If you feel like that was inappropriate, you feel like he harassing you, girl, deal up with that and don't let it dwell. Because a lot of times these men do things subtly. Women too. They do it subtly, thinking, oh, well, it ain't a big deal, or they can't charge me in court for brushing a leg, you know? Deal with them. And that's why I'm sending a message that I was going to send a message out to that young man who thought it was appropriate to grab up my hand in Corona season in the park in Yamcor. I didn't appreciate that, and don't you ever do it again. Next time, you lucky my nephew was on the park. You lucky my nephew was on the park. What I really wanted to tell him, my nephew couldn't hear. So you've been warned. That's how you do it, y'all, if y'all need an example. Thank you so much for watching my video with my cough back.
Jessica?
Love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any harassment stories or little comments, you know, that you want to make on the video, don't feel afraid to comment in the comment section below. If it ain't too personal, you go right ahead, you leave it there.
Even if it's personal, I won't know. You know, like
I mean, like once I feel comfortable.
Oh yeah.
Once you feel comfortable, it's an open space community, and we'll be there to respond to your comments.
She'll be there. I can like it.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time.
Peace.